Hi guys, and welcome back to the Iron Personal Training YouTube channel. This time we're looking at my second press day, and what we're starting off with here is 150 kilos, 5 sets of 5 to a 6-inch board. The reason we're doing this work to the 6-inch board at the moment is with the high volume work I've been doing, my bench has been fairly light, so it's just to keep the body and the nervous system used to moving heavy weights on the bench press without putting too much stress on the body with the decreased range of motion. So a quick tip for people, if you haven't got access to a board, you can use yoga blocks like we're doing here, and a small band to attach them together and then attach them to the bar as well, so you don't need somebody to hold the bands for you. So the first set, as you just saw, was fairly easy, and this was the 5th set. Now I filmed this from behind and it was quite interesting to watch actually. As you can see, if you look at my feet, they're in quite different positions, so that is something that I've not noticed before with my bench. Not from this position is something that I need to work on, but as you can see, the weight still moves fairly easily. There's a slight pause at the bottom of the movement, but yeah, very happy with how these are moving. And again, it's just to get the body, keep the body used to moving those heavy weights. Next we came on to some overhead press. So overhead press is something that I've not trained in a while. I've not really done much pressing for the shoulders, as I don't really wanted to focus on pressing to the bench and keep that in the motion, but now having a longer off season, like I mentioned before, I can put them back in again. So doing 55 kilos here, we did 3 sets of 10, keeping them strict, so making it as purely for the shoulder as possible, and just trying to get a bit of size and a bit of strength back in the shoulder, because it is an area that has been neglected in recent training blocks. So really enjoyed putting these back in. Overhead press is one of the things that I miss out of powerlifting compared to saying like strongman training or even like bodybuilding training. So it's probably something that I'll keep in while the off season keeps quite long. We're then coming on to a chest press machine, and what we're doing here is we're doing tempo reps. So we're doing 5 out, 5 in, and for this it was absolute agony. It started off and it felt really easy, but for that tension keeping in the muscle for that long and that slower tempo, it really started to burn quite quickly. But it's a really good exercise if people are looking to build a chest, and again not put too much stress on the body, because the weight you're using is fairly light. As you can see here, the burn is starting to kick in. I'm tapping my heels and yeah, just really trying to focus on getting the reps out now and get over the burn. But yeah, a really good way of using small amount of weight to really help grow the muscle that you're working on, and also to get a lot of blood into the muscle that you're working as well, and add that size, which is a big part of what I'm focusing on during this off season. We're then coming to some reverse grip lat pull downs, and again these are tempos, but this time it's a 3 down and a 3 back up again. So again, this is all about just increasing time under tension for the muscle to help it grow and get stronger. And again, so we're using less weight, so we're putting less stress on the body as well. So if you're trying to make your muscles grow, a good saying that I've heard is you want to make light weights look hard, and if you're trying to train for strength, you want to make heavy weights look easy. So what that translates to basically is that with heavy weights, you want to try and move them as quickly as possible in powerlifting. If you're trying to grow the muscle, you actually want to find a way of making the heavier weight, the lighter weight look harder, and that can be by moving the weight slower or being more controlled with the movement. We're now doing some standing cable rows. These are one of my favourite row variations at the moment to really help you get a pump into your back or whatever area you're trying to work, and I found them really great and really useful to build in a bit of size and also strength in the back, and it really has a good crossover to deadlifts, using your upper back in the deadlifts. We're then doing some French press. These have become one of my favourite tricep exercises. You really feel the burn while you're doing these, and you can really feel it isolate the triceps. So doing this with 25 kilos, so again not ridiculously heavy, but just working through these. This is the first time in a long time that I put French presses into a training block, and it's something that will definitely be reoccurring in the future. We then go on to my favourite bicep variation, whether we're doing it with dumbbells or cables, which is a hammer curl. Hammer curls are the best variation to do to help improve your bench, because it doesn't only help build the bicep for more stability in the bench press, but also helps work on forearm strength as well, so you can hold more weight while benching. But that's it for this session, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed watching. As always, if you'd like to get in touch, use the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.